PFC Mist here, coolest soldier in the Army. And today's question comes from first I want to talk about being a sergeant. In my past videos, I've explained all the positions, that we have. All the positions are from E1 to E5, except for chief. Chiefing, you have to be a E6 staff sergeant to get that spot. To the chief position, you have to be a staff sergeant, and the promotion points on that are really high, like really, really, really high to get that spot. It's like ridiculous how high. It's ridiculous how many points you have to get just become the chief. Like, it's ridiculously high. I don't know exactly how high, but it's pretty. Say at 13 Bravo, to become a chief, you only need 20 points. Let's just throw out a number. To be a chief, you probably need 90 to 110 points. Like, it's high. It's a lot of points to become the chief in the 1068. I don't know why it's so high. I mean, I kind of know why it's so high. I mean, it's the chief, and you're telling the guns where to shoot, when to shoot it. So yeah, it's kind of a big responsibility. But chiefing, you have to have a lot of points, and you have to be on your shit to get that. So that's just because he was wondering, I mean, how many points do you need to become a chief? A lot. PFC Mist here don't know all the answers. I don't know the exact number, but it's day-to-day life as 13 Juliet. Basically as a 13 Bravo as well, because it's the same thing, because we're all together. Since we're a combat MOS, we don't really do much in garrison. In garrison, it's clean the motor pool, do maintenance on vehicles, and that's about it. Sometimes you'll have a test, certification, make sure you're still good on the box and stuff. But day to day, it's pretty boring. Like, you sit in the motor pool all day wishing you were doing something else, because there's nothing else to do. So since you have so much free time, you might end up doing school or something, start doing classes. But you're usually cleaning up the motor pool. And if you're going to be an NCO, most of the NCOs just tell the Joes to clean the motor pool, and they do something else. Or they tell their soldiers to stand by somewhere and just wait till something needs to be done. Before we came out here to Korea, because most of the time we were cleaning the motor pool, taking all the vehicles to the wash rack and all that. Since we were leaving, once all of our, say, our 1068 got loaded up on the train, and all the other guns also got loaded up. So there was no vehicles in the motor pool. There was literally nothing to do. And since there was nothing to do, it was stand by in your room. You still had to do PT, you still came to work, but it's usually stand by in your room or go to the warrior zone and print some stuff out, do some documents, take ammo class or something. It's just always something little and something random, because our combat MOS isn't ground fighting. Ours is, blowing stuff up from far away, field artillery stuff. So there's not much to do day to day, to be honest. It gets boring a lot of the time because there's nothing to do. But when actually we go and go to the field and stuff, the field sucks. Sometimes we go to the field months at a time and it just sucks. But sometimes we go to the field maybe 3 days, maybe 5 days, maybe 1 day. Sometimes we go there for a night, do table 6 or something. We just go out there for 24 hours and we'll come back. Or we'll go out there for 14 hours and come back. Not even a full day there. You just go there, stay the night, wake up, do some more stuff, and then leave. That's pretty much day to day. Day to day, nothing. Every other week, you might end up doing something different, like going to the range or something. So, I mean, pretty boring. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty boring. Nothing much to do in the motor pool. In the motor pool, you just clean or, maintenance. You just hang around maintenance. That's pretty much it. Also asked if I got a bonus. I personally didn't get a bonus. My class of 30 people, they said who got a bonus, 85% of the people raised their hands. So me and only a couple other people didn't get a bonus, but everybody else got bonuses 5,000, 10,000. Everybody got some money for joining. I didn't get squat. I wish I did, but I didn't get diddly squat. Promotions are normal, except for E4 to E5. That's the only one you really gotta wait to get pinned on. E1, I came in E1 to my unit, and then whenever it was my date to get pinned, E2, we went to the field, and I got pinned maybe 3 or 4 days after I got the actual date, 3 or 4 days later, I got pinned my E2. My E3, because I was telling my chief, I was like, hey, can I get pinned? When am I going to get pinned? Eventually, like a week and a half, 2 weeks later, I pinned myself because like my unit, they were just taking a very long time just to pin me. And I was like, forget it. I just threw on the PFC. You know, I printed out my papers. I put it all there because I was getting paid PFC. I had it all on me just in case anybody asked. The next day I go in, my chief's like, oh, you're E3 now? I was like, Roger, chief. He was like, okay. And nobody else said anything about it. Like no other chief, no other NCO said anything about it. So, you know, it is what it is. I had my papers on me just in case anybody would say something, but nobody said anything, so it was all right. Now, when my E4 comes up, I don't know. I might pin myself again, or I might wait, because Jones when he got pinned, a ceremony was coming up, so he just waited, and they told him that he was going to get pinned on the ceremony, so he didn't pin himself. Pretty much, you pretty much get pinned like a week or so after your promotion. Sometimes it takes a long time to get pinned if your unit's busy or they don't care. Since mine didn't apparently like really notice or care, I just pinned it on myself and nobody said anything about anything. So it just was what it was. But for E4 to E5, I know this one NCO did have a hard time in my unit trying to get his E5. Like they kept putting it off. You know, he graduated BLC. He was always telling them, hey, when am I getting my 5? When am I going to get my 5? Sergeant Major and LTC came through one day. There was a promotion and he didn't get pinned his E5. And then before like our battery, you know, split up, he went to our smoke and our first time he's like, can I get pinned my E5? You know, I've been waiting. You said y'all gonna do it, you haven't done it. And our smoke was like, all right, we'll pin you your E5. You know, gathered everybody around, got BC, attention to orders, got him pinned his E5. From what he was saying, it took him a long time to get pinned his E5. But like that's based on your unit if you get pinned or not. That's not on the Army, that's on your unit. So E1 through 4, pretty much get pinned when you get it. E5, it could take a long time depending on your unit. So that's me, PFC Miss, coolest guy in the Army. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.